right, let's close it out. Perfect. Yeah, I just wanted to answer a question that came to me on my website, but also it's pertinent for those of you who are leaving, and I know most of you guys are staying, so it doesn't really matter, but when you go back out into the world, this could be pertinent. But for you on Zoom, since you're going to go out into the world, sometimes people ask the question like, well, how do I keep up with consciousness work when I'm not in a workshop setting? And, well, I guess basically you do it. But then it might be like, well, what do I do? Well, I guess the main thing to do is just be honest and try to grasp what's true. So the spirit is one of perhaps curiosity, wanting to know what is, looking into the matter for yourself, and then being honest about what you find. I guess that's pretty much the spirit. If you can imagine, Peter looking into things before he created the workshops, what was he up to? Contemplation, basically. So I don't know. Do any of you in the back have anything related to that will help spark my mind as well, or Ariel? Any concerns or questions?
About that. So, when I do that, so let's say something comes up in the world, whenever, and I'm like, okay, I want to look into this, or I want to get what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
I can kind of do this from a place of I don't know, just get what's going on, without kind of referencing anything, or I can kind of reference, say, something from this work, oh, I'm feeling anxious. Let's kind of look at this in the context of what is anxiousness or something, or I could try to get the bottom line or something, or I could kind of see it in the context of a specific type of work that we've done in these kind of workshops.
Right.
And there's seems like there's 10 or 20 different things I could do in relation to something that comes up to look into it. In framing in the context of a framework or a reference, or kind of, I don't know, does that make sense? I feel it's kind of very open and it's...
Yeah, I mean, as far as I can tell, in terms of investigating for yourself, yeah, it's very open. But then it does seem to be true that what is going on is what is going on. And they can't really mess with that because it's what's going on. So... and then I guess I'm not clear about do you have a question, or were you just saying that were you just making a comment that is very open-ended, or what?
Kind of like a what should I do question.
What should I do? Right, okay. Yeah, I guess that really depends on you. Now, you should have, at least from this workshop, you'd have at least, if it's something that's about you personally and you want to discover what that is, okay, bottom line, that seems to be a good direction to go there. But then you can also discover existentially what is actually occurring, such that it can arise. But okay, right. But let me see. I think maybe, no, I don't know if I want to say that. No, I don't want to fill your brains with crap, you know what I mean? But it does seem to be the case that when you're looking into things, when you really want to look into something and really get what it is, remember to get what it is where it is, not from your perspective about it. And then you're looking more existentially. And what the real pain in the ass of that is, all you got, for the most part, by and large, is your perspective about the thing that arises in your experience. And so then you might recognize an arising, and then you might have feelings about the arising, thoughts about what that is, And all of that is like your perspective, seeing it as if from the outside. So then grasping something or looking into something, becoming conscious of something is getting inside it. Not from your perspective as if, but from its perspective. And it just so happens that is possible to do. And I know that just sounds fucking weird. How's that?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know what you're talking about from an experiential perspective, but
Right.
so.
Yeah, so if you don't have an actual, like, something experiential to back that up, likely what you have to do is, like, take that on faith, or it's like maybe you trust the person who's talking to you to go, okay, there might be something there, because these two credible people, if you hold them as credible, keep telling and yelling and stamping and doing a whole thing, and then you yeah. So then it becomes an act of, well, check it out, see what is there, and again, try to get inside it. And there is an actual experience or something that you can actually grasp by doing that. And our primary method for doing that is contemplation, which is an intent to become conscious of any matter. Yeah? And so that's kind of the spirit, I would say, or if you want to continue this work in your life, cool. Yeah? And, another thing Peter mentions Peter has mentioned is if you want to, you can set up a consistent time to contemplate or work on something or some matter and do it like a practice. That's also something you can do. And the main thing there is if you keep your word to yourself. If you tell yourself you're going to do it, make sure you follow through with that, because then you're going to build up some trust and integrity with your own self, and that will empower your work. Because sometimes I tell people they leave a workshop, and they're like, oh, I'm going to contemplate 2 hours a day. And no, that's not likely to occur unless you're that crazy. No chance. I mean, there's a chance, but it's just not going to happen. But the main thing is, if you want to set up your own practice, set something up and do it. If it's a minute a day, cool. Or if it's 30 seconds a day, cool. And usually Peter goes into it and he's like, yeah, and if you pick something, you pick something that you'd be actually ashamed that you couldn't do it, like 10 seconds. Like contemplate. Okay, good, got it. See, but at least you keep your word. See, and then you can build from there, and that can empower you as well. So, yeah. How's that?
Yeah, I mean, sounds good. Yeah, I've tried to like keep my word thing with like a daily practice before, and I found that I'll end up like breaking my word or something.
Yeah, don't. Not recommended. If you want to empower yourself, do not do that. If you want to disempower your word and distrust yourself, go ahead. It's up to you. Yeah, but that's like playing with fire. That's from my own experience. It'd be very dangerous. Okay, not dangerous. Dangerous to your integrity. Can't have integrity without integrity. But there's serious consequences that you may not know. Just throwing it out there. Don't mind what you do. Just if you want to have integrity, then do that. You will empower yourself if you do. In big ways. If you keep it up. But anyway, how's that? Thanks, Ari.
Yeah, good. Thanks.
Appreciate it. Yeah, Amy? Something?
Just a couple of things. I'm really fortunate that Ethan lives in the same town I live in, so I get a benefit from him offering ICG. It's been fabulous to keep up the work and just to have a community. And so if anyone else is, you guys plugged it last time, but it's just, I'm so fortunate that Ethan could do that and offer that, so I'm going to really miss him because he's not going to come back, I think, till summer.
Don't worry, we'll send him back. Yeah.
And then the other thing I just wanted to throw out to you, Brendan, and I think I've brought it up before, and I think maybe Aaron as well, is that, if you would ever consider offering like doing like a week long, maybe, so not like a full block of workshops, but just like a week long workshop, maybe for people who've already gone through it once before, whatever topic, like once every 2 months or once every 3 months, just to kind of offer that opportunity. And also like a 2-day or a 3-day workshop or something like that. Maybe similar to the one that you do when you come up for ICG.
Like the ECW? Okay, you mean think about offering that here in off times or just on Zoom or what?
On Zoom.
Okay, there's an idea.
That's my preference, but...
Yeah. Well, in certain ways, that could also be my preference because, shit, I just get a person and sit here in front of a TV and rock and roll.
Yeah.
Possible.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'd definitely be interested in that.
Okay, great. Thank you for letting me know. Same for you, Aaron? Looks like we're getting a thumbs up. Okay, cool. Got it. Thanks. Yeah. Okay, all right. And okay. Duly noted. I shall consider. And then also to plug our online stuff, if you do want to find community and you are far away from people, we do have that available online. Victor, who's actually here in the room, he runs the online Facebook group where you can set up CCEs and dyads on Zoom. So if you want to do that, you feel free to hit us up. You know what to do.
Yes, let me know. And just want to say that from my end, it's been really, really great in the last few years. I've done these online CCs almost every day, and it's a very good practice over time to incorporate in your daily life. So I would recommend it. And there's a community now of 30, 40 people, and then you can create a schedule with them, a weekly schedule, and then you can keep up the contemplations in your daily lives.
Yeah, what's the name of that group?
Online CCs.
Online CCEs, so you can go look that up too.
Just find me and then I'll add you to the group.
Yeah. Cool, we can put that information in the link in the description. Bam. We're in unprecedented times. I'm mixing up YouTube and the closing talks. I've never seen this shit before. This is crazy. So anyway, cool. So I think that answers that question. You guys got some idea what you can do, how you can proceed with this work outside of a workshop setting? Cool there? All right. Awesome. Thank you.